God, feed us from heaven. God, we ask that you break all the yokes of bondage.
Yes, Lord.
That easily beset us, God. Lift us higher and make us strong through the power of your might. It was not by power nor by might, but it's by your spirit, saith the Lord. And so, God, we give you glory and praise right now for all that you have done and all that you will do. For God, we know you as the Alpha and the Omega.
Yes, Lord.
The beginning and the end.
Yes, Lord.
And so, God, we give you praise that the victory is already won.
Yeah.
We give you glory in Jesus' name. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Amen. We do give honor to God, amen, on this morning, and to his son, Jesus Christ, and to all of you, God's people. We thank God for all of you that are here. We thank God for his traveling grace, for bringing some of you over the roads, over them dangerous highways and byways, bringing you and taking you back safely.
Yes, Lord.
We thank God for traveling grace for those that are still on their way, trying to make it back into Des Moines. We thank God for the spirit of obedience.
Amen.
Yes, Lord.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I do thank God for, amen, for how the Lord had watched over First Lady, and she was on her journey to last Sunday coming back home from out of Dubuque, Iowa, and how two deers hit her and just tore up the car. Tore the car up. But God always got some ram in the bush.
Yes. Hallelujah.
And I thank God that he kept her.
Yes, Lord.
Amen. And that one of them deers didn't hit her and make her lose control. And her car flip over and fall down into a ditch, or veer into another lane and sideswipe somebody else, or head-on collision. So I know God to be just what he said he would be. And when we call him a keeper, I know him to be just that.
Yes, he is.
So I thank God for his grace and his mercy. And for we know that his mercy is sufficient.
Yes.
His grace is sufficient.
Yes.
My God. I want to just say thank you to all of you that have, came by and have said Texas and thanks to us for Thanksgiving. Anybody that knows me knows I am very, very, very big on family. I enjoy. I don't have to have a lot of money, Evangelist Shirley. I don't have to have. I don't have to be rich, because my richness comes in my love and my fellowship with my family.
Yes.
And so y'all quiet in here.
Amen.
And so I do know God will give me the good of the land, but
yes,
see,
he will.
I think over even with First Lady said sometimes we think the good of the land is more than what it is.
Amen.
And then we start looking to things that is really not what God was speaking on. Materialistic things is not the good of the land, because he says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. All these other things shall be added. So materialistic things is things shall be added onto us.
Yes.
The good of the land is already belongs to us, because we've been promised. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing to me. The good of the land's already been promised to me.
Yes.
And only because Israel, we've been hard-headed and stiff-necked. Yes, sir. This ain't what I was going to pray. But Israel, only because we don't do what God told us to do in the first place, that's why we keep wandering around in this wilderness as long as we have been. God never determined us, never built us to be out in this wilderness like this. He told us to go possess the land and take over.
Yes, he did.
And because we looked in the land and we seen there was people in there that we didn't think we could defeat, and y'all ain't gonna pray with me. And we thought we couldn't go in there, contain the land, and we couldn't keep the land, and we couldn't deal in the land. And the Lord didn't tell us to do anything in the land but possess the land.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The problem is we start adding stuff. Y'all praying with me?
Yes, sir.
Y'all praying with me?
Yes, sir.
The problem with us as men and women of God, we have, and this is what I want to talk about today. We have lost our relationship with God in such a manner that we forgot the true promises of God.
Whoa, my God. Come on now, Bishop.
And so, even though there's some things that have disappointed me, and First Lady, and some things that have some things that have let me down, and some things have made me sometime wonder and even shed a tear at times. I have not been shaken in my relationship with God, because I do know one thing, that folks will come and folks will go. Y'all better hear me good right here. Because we look into that. We look into that as folks will come and go, as people that we see and that we entertain, that are come that become friends or acquaintance. But let me share something with y'all. Your family is the ones that's going to come and go the most in your life.
Amen. You're right.
Oh, yeah. Today you may be on good terms with your brother and your sister, but tomorrow y'all might fall out.
That's right. That's right. Come on now. That's right. That's the truth.
But let me share something with you. A relationship with God you will never fall out of.
All right now.
See, men will fall out of love with you, but God will never fall out of love.
Oh, yes, sir. Unconditional. Thank you, Jesus. Ooh, glory. Yeah.
And so we start putting the effects of our relationship in a manner of, if people respect me like they should, then our relationship is good. But who are you?
Come on now. Come on now.
I know this ain't what y'all wanted to hear this morning, but let me talk a little bit. Let me get this thing off my chest.
Well, okay.
Who are you that you think the sun should set and rise upon you every day? Who are you that you thought you made water turn to wine?
Come on now.
Oh my goodness.
My Lord.
And so because we don't have relationship, minister, we start taking in consideration that people should do more and be more to us than they ought to. But I think all the time about how Jesus had his mother and his father, he had to walk away from for kingdom work, for a relationship with his true father.
Yes, sir.
Y'all quiet in here this morning.
I'm preaching now.
But when you got a true relationship, the Bible said you will leave everything else behind to follow him.
Yes.
Jesus even told the disciples, do you want to go? They said, yeah, we want to go. He said, drop everything, pick up your cross.
Follow me.
And follow me.
Yes.
And one had the nerve to say, I need to go back and bury my dad. And he said, let the dead bury the dead.
Yes, sir. Yes, he did.
So we need to understand there's some things in our life that we're going to go through that we want to be a part of, but it's not our business to...
Come on now.
And listen, we can't make everything our responsibility.
Amen.
Everything our business when we are kingdom builders.
Come on.
When we are kingdom workers. When we are looking to have a good relationship with God. Because some things that shake you only shake you to make you stronger.
Come on now.
And if you could be shaken a while.
Yes,
come on now.
If you don't mind being shaken a while, you can be built up to something greater than. Because one thing I found out, Brother Shepard, is in order to get a good diamond, they have to rough through a whole bunch of coal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And coal starts off black, dirty, and nasty. And it affects even your breathing pattern when you're around a lot of coal.
Amen.
But if you can get that one piece of coal out, and you can start chipping around that one piece of coal, and you can begin to break it down till you get to that prize that's in the middle.
Come on now. Come on.
That's what a relationship is.
Yeah.
A relationship is in order to have a good relationship with God, is being out there in the field and allowing God to use you as coal. can I just use this scripture for a minute? Because God said that when a man finds a wife, he finds the good things and finds favor with the Lord. Now, when Jesus found us, he found he found a good thing. And found favor
with the Lord.
Okay.
because God. Man, this is good. And because God knew we was a diamond in the rough.
Yes.
And he had to find us. Because we were lost. God wasn't lost, we was lost. He had to come and find us. And he said, seek ye first the kingdom. So as we come to build a relationship with God, we had to be found by him. The problem is a lot of time he finds us and we find ways to fall short of his glory because we want to have questions. We want to have answers. Listen, you don't need answers to everything, because some things you don't need an answer to because it's going to hurt you more than it's going to help you.
Well, now.
Thank you.
Speak, Lord.
And a lot of times we seeking our answers and God being quiet for a reason. So when God begins to chip that one side off, and sometimes it seems like it's taking a little longer on this one side, it's because you're hard-headed, Israel.
Okay now.
Because every time he chips it off, you put it back on. You put it back on because that's your comfort place. Israel, instead of you finding a good comfort place in God and resting in him, we rest in things that are foolish to us, because we want to find relationship in people, places, in things, in activities, and in situations that doesn't really mean anything. But when you get a good relationship with God, you can find rest in him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can find rest. You can find peace, internal peace.
Yes.
That when all else fails, you still got joy in the midst of a storm.
That's right. Yes.
But see, when you don't have that joy of the Lord, you don't have that peace that compasses all understanding, when you don't have that good relationship, everything that comes, every wind that blows, it begins to rock the boat again. And so every time you ask God to bid you or give you permission to do what you already had permission to do.
No, you're right about it.
You seem to get beside yourself.
Well,
the problem is, it's not hard to get out. It's hard to stay out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's it right there.
It's not hard to walk on the water. It's hard to continue on the water.
Yes, sir. I know you're right.
It's not hard to start a relationship. It's hard to continue.
Yes, sir. The relationship.
Yes. And so a lot of times the reason why we are not real kingdom builders is because our relationship ain't right.
Well, come on, you preaching.
Because a relationship doesn't have nothing to do with nothing but the word
of God.
Yes, God.
With God.
Connecting yourself
with God.
With God. And he said, if I be in you and you be in me, he said, you can ask of anything. And it shall. Now listen to what the word said. He said, it shall be given unto you. And so God already gave you a promise right there. But in a relationship, when somebody in a relationship give you a promise, you can stand on that. But when God give you that promise, I can tell you don't got a relationship because you waver at every chance you get.
Come on now. My goodness.
Why you say that, Pastor? Because the scripture said, be not weary in well doing, for in due season you shall reap. If you don't faint. The problem is, in this relationship, we keep passing out.
Well,
we keep falling asleep.
My God.
Jesus went up into the mountain and he took two brothers with him and he said, y'all just rest right here. I'm going to go up into the mountain, but y'all got to pray while y'all wait for me. Keep praying while you wait for me. And the thing of it is, we keep falling asleep on the job that God has given us.
My God.
But we want to still have the same relationship. How can you have the same relationship with God when you don't never seek out what he wants from you, what he needs from you? Sometimes all God wants you to do is stand.
Yes, sir.
Has anybody ever had to just stand for the glory of God? Just stand. Look, he didn't ask for you to do no flips and no somersaults. He didn't ask you to jump no mountains or run through a burning fire. All he told you to do is stand. And in your weariness, you keep falling in your stand.
Well, all right, goodness.
But then that shows me where our relationship with God is.
That's it.
Because when we have a true relationship, I tell y'all this all the time. If Brother Shapard told me he gonna be at my house at 10 o'clock to pick me up. Even if he don't come to 10:30, I still believe he's coming.
All right, all right.
Oh, now listen to me. Unless he calls me and tells me different, I still believe he's coming. Because I got faith. See, and that shows me we put more faith in men.
And we do God. My Lord.
Well,
Say that.
That shows me where our true relationship lies.
Uh-huh.
Our relationship lies deeper in men than it does in God. Because when God said it shall come to pass, regardless of how strong the wind blows, regardless of how big the waves get, regardless of how the thunder blows and the rains in your life. And I understand that in this relationship, if God said, I'm still in control, I'm going to stand here until I see my change.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sometimes seeing a change, sometimes when you're in this relationship with God, you don't see nothing because the storm is blowing so hard. I know y'all been in a bad rain or a bad storm when you look out and you can't see nothing. Monday, me and First Lady was driving down the freeway and it started raining so hard we had to pull over and we was hoping, we was hoping we was off the freeway because we couldn't see nothing. But that's when God is at his best. When you can't see nothing and you put your faith in him and say, through God I trust and through God I believe that if he said it, it is so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you got to be able to stand on that promise when you can't see nothing.
come on now.
Yes, sir.
That's where our true relationship comes when we don't see it at all, when we don't know it at all.
All right, good.
Because he said by faith.
Bishop.
By faith.
Yes.
That's how we move God, is by faith.
That's the truth. Yes, sir.
That's how we make him move in mysterious ways, is by our faith.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't got a relationship with him, you can't have faith in him. Because you don't trust him like you say you do. Because if you trust him, you can be still in that storm and say, God, I don't know which way to go, but I know you told me to wait right here, so I'll be here when you come.
Yes, sir. I learned how to wait.
One thing I do know is we constantly always stay in a manner of a battle in our life. One thing I do know, that is consistent, that we're going to always be in some type of battle in our life. Why you say that, Pastor? Because the Bible said, for there is trouble on every side.
Yes, sir. Come on now.
But then the Lord spoke and said, but we're not complex, nor cast down, nor in despair.
Yes, sir.
Basically told we're not in need of. We don't have to worry about it. We're not in trouble because of it. That's not going to defeat us. Because he gave us the authority to speak to those things as they were. Even though we don't see them. So even though we don't see healing, we should speak healing. But you can't speak something out of one side of your mouth and out of the other side of your mouth you damning the thing that you spoke over.
Yes, sir.
It's quiet here this morning.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to read something in here. I'm going to read something in here.
Read something there. Put that there.
Because we have affected the very relationship that we say we want with God. We have affected it, and we have conquer our own relationship and we blame it on everybody else instead of turning that mirror back on ourselves.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look at regardless of how bad any of y'all treat me in this room, regardless of how bad anybody in this world treats me, regardless how any family member talks about me or says any manner of evil, it's my problem if I lose my relationship with God. Because listen, they don't got no heaven or no hell to put me in, and a lot of times people just judge you because they jealous. Oh, y'all want to pray with me this morning? Y'all want to pray with me this morning? I feel the Spirit, First Lady. I feel it in my spirit this morning. I feel it in my spirit. A lot of times, and see, the Bible says, for jealousy is cruel as the grave. And sometimes people just jealous of you because they think you got more. But see, I already said this before, favor ain't fair.
No, sir.
Thank you.
No, sir.
When you got favor with God, things will show up for you just in the nick of time. Listen. Sister Johnson keep talking about Bishop. You tell me go to my mailbox and the check's going to show up. And all y'all ain't going to say that. And so then last week when the check showed up, she called me and said, my check showed up.
Yes, sir.
She said, my check showed up. See, the thing of it is, he said, if you would be thankful for the little things, I'll make you a ruler over many things. See, we got to start being thankful over when you got a good relationship, you'll be thankful for the small things people do for you. When you got a relationship with God, you start being thankful because he woke me up this morning, started me on my way. When you got a relationship with God, you thank God because he gave me the activities of my limbs and I can walk on my own 2 feet. I can wave my hands by the grace of God all by myself. When you got a relationship with God,
That's all right.
because you got the mind that stayed right with Jesus, you can say thank you anyhow.
Yes, Lord.
So a lot of times when I'm going through my everyday journey, when I'm going through my everyday ordeals and my situations, I realize one thing, that there's nothing too hard for God.
Come on now.
And because I got a relationship with him, I just take it to the Father in prayer.
That's right. Yes.
Y'all all right with this? I just take it to God in prayer. And then once I'm done with it, First Lady, I just leave it there.
That's right. Yes, sir. That's the secret now. Got to leave it. Leave it there. Go on.
Checks in the bank.
Well, you say, well, what you do after that, Pastor? I don't do nothing after that. I just leave it there, and I let God do what He's going to do with it. Because one thing I know is God does a perfected work in us, and so whatever it is that I leave there, I know that God got it all in control. And so all I got to do now is just learn how to be still. When you done all that you can do, stand. Therefore, in the liberty. What is the liberty? In the presence of God, in the freeness of his glory, in the majesty of his might. Stand right there and say, thank you, God, for the storm as it rages in my life. Thank you for as this builds up against me, it shall not. But thank you, God, for when they came against me as a flood, you conquered them. So you got to learn how to be content. You got to learn how to be content.
Yes.
I know it's coming. See, that's why I don't understand when you got a relationship with God, why everything beats you up anyway.
Yes, sir. Come on now. Come on now.
Let me talk here for just five or 6 minutes right here.
Take your time.
Lord have mercy. When you got a relationship with God, I don't know why everything tampers with you the way that it does. But that we leave our faith for a fleshly walk. Are y'all still praying on me? We leave our faith walk for a fleshly walk. And a lot of times in a spiritual walk, everything that comes just falls off you on a spiritual walk, because God's knocking all the fiery darts back. And he's knocking the fiery darts. He's shielding you with the shield and your sword. He's knocking the fiery darts. But when you're in a fleshly walk, you have nothing to battle back the darts that are coming in the manner that they are.
Right.
Walking in that flesh.
Yeah.
So flesh begets flesh.
Yes, it does. Come on now.
So the only way you can beat, y'all pray with me here. The only way you can beat that with the flesh's offers is by being a spiritual being.
All right.
That's why God said we're not fleshly beings, but we're spiritual beings. We don't walk after that of the flesh, but we walk after that of the spirit. And so a lot of times when we fall into diverse temptations, what we do is start leaning into our flesh, and we start asking our flesh, can we do this? Flesh, can we make it through? Flesh, look at flesh. Can we move this stone? Flesh, can we make this money? Flesh, can we pay this bill? And we done forgot all about our connection with God and our relationship with God. Instead of leaning into our flesh, because the Bible said, lean not to thine own.
Understand.
So instead of leaning to your flesh, you should roll over into the hands of God and say, God, I'm going to rest right here until my change comes.
Come on now, Bishop.
For God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. But I know you got it all in control. You got it in the palm of your hand. So God, I'm going to rest right here until you make a way of escape for me. And if you keep going through, if you got a relationship, even when it's right at the nick of end, when it's at the nick of time, if you got a relationship, God will call out your name at the nick of time and say, there's a ram.
Yes, sir. In the bush. Come on now.
Well,
Yes.
You got to have a relationship. But you got to have a relationship. Oh man, I gotta get ready to wrap this up.
Yeah.
You doing pretty good. You helping somebody. Thank you. All right.
I know.
No.
Yes.
Y'all laughing. Yeah. It's my service. Oh, watch out. I'm getting
I thought about this, First Lady. Obedience to God consists of us being in genuine fellowship with Him every day.
That's true. Amen. Yeah.
Y'all hear me good?
Amen.
Obedience to God has us to be in constant fellowship with God every day.
Every day. Yeah, that's true.
All day long. 24 hours a day.
Uh-huh.
The problem is we taking time off.
Well,
That hasn't been allowed to us.
That's
Oh man. Let me build this thing. Let me build this thing. Come on, God. Come on, God.
Come on, Lord. Tell them how
On your job, if you go to work and you need time off, you got to fill out a time sheet.
to.
Tell them, I need 3 days off, and I'm gonna be gone for 3 days. I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks, and I'll be back. With God, we gotta go to God for permission
Come on.
on what we should do. So a lot of times we taking time off when God said it's time to work.
All right.
It's time to go in the vineyard. It's time to be in battle.
Well,
And we say, Lord, I can't do this no more. I need a break. I need about 3 days. I need about 3 days. But understand, when you out of the covenant with God, when you out of a relationship with God, and you take your time off when you are not in covenant with God. No, God hasn't left you, because He said, no, I will never leave you nor forsake you. But understand, when you don't got no relationship with God, you walked away from Him. So now you're in your flesh trying to do something that God has not deemed you the rights to do.
Goodbye now. Lord. Yeah.
well,
We don't have enough time to take time off.
yeah.
We don't have time to stop praying.
That's right.
We don't got time to stop fasting.
No, sir.
And I realize now, first, like what the Bible says, we must always watch and pray. No, a lot of times we pray with our eyes closed, but the Bible said watch and
Right.
Right.
Read your Bible.
Come on now.
Don't wait on the Lord.
yeah. When you got a relationship, you understand what He's saying when He told you to watch and pray.
Come on.
Because everybody got a good relationship with God and you pray, the devil's trying to attack you. He's trying to build up something. And if you watch closely, God will while you praying, God will put a flash right before your eyes saying, here they come. Here comes that army building themselves up against you. Now all I want you to do is just lift your hands up and say thank you. And that's all you should do is lift your hands up and say thank you, because the glory of God will do the rest.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Lord.
That's all right.
Thank you, yes.
All right.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Lord.
But that's how it happens when
My God.
you have a relationship, but it takes genuine fellowship with Him. Takes one to be in constant communication with Him all the time. For falling into His arms, and just when you gotta cry, sometimes just crying yourself to sleep in the arms of God, saying, God, I know that it may look rough on my side, but I know you already worked it out for my good.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord Jesus.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
And I do know this. A lot of times we do give a lot of lip service.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well,
Listen, it ain't doing you no good to look big in my eyes, because that ain't doing you no good. I can't get you no glory. I can't get you into no heaven. I can't do no greater thing than I've done for you yet this far.
Yes,
so
sir.
it's not doing you no good. Lip service isn't even sufficient for us.
Come on now.
As kingdom workers, as men and women of the gospel that want to be kingdom workers, that want to have a real relationship, lip service is not even good, but genuine faith is great.
Yeah. Say that.
Because genuine faith produces obedience
Yes, sir.
to God.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
And then the Bible said it's better to be obedient than to
That's
sacrifice.
Man, look at God.
And so a lot of times we sacrifice because the relationship we really have with God, we sacrifice things, and then we got little cute sayings as God understands, He knows my heart, He knows you're not obedient, you're a disobedient people. Israel, we got to wake up and understand this 11-day journey is taking so long because you're listening to too many people.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Preach, Bishop.
well,
I'm not going to even go to my scriptures because I didn't got happy. But I was going to go to Luke, and I was going to talk about the tree is known by the fruits that it bears.
Yes, sir. I'm taking it a whole other way.
Well, that's all right.
So that y'all knew, I did have something else to speak about today, but I'm letting God do what He did.
Amen.
I'm going to talk about how the fruits, you know a fruit by what it bears. You know a tree by the fruits it bears. So I said that because when you got a relationship with God, when you are the tree and you are a fruit bearing tree with God, when you are a relationship as a fruit bearing tree, you only bear good fruit.
Come on now. Come on now. You're right.
When you are a fruit-bearing tree and you are a living fountain for God, only good water comes out of your fountain.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sweet water.
The Bible says fresh water and salt water or cursed water can't come out of the same mouth.
No.
But see, God knew. God knew, because God did say this. God did say this. Whatever is in a man's heart, the treasure that's in a man's heart shall proceed out of his mouth. And so I understand now, missionary Smith, I understand now when people say they got a relationship with God. Listen, y'all, listen good. I understand when people have a lot of lip service, but they don't have relationship service. I understand because when they say that they're going to do something, or they say that they somebody in God, you don't have to speak about it. All you got to do is live it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
If you're a tree, if you're an orange tree, everybody going to know you're an orange tree by what you bear on your tree.
Yes, sir.
Yes. The oranges.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I don't have to go walk around with no sign in my head on no picket line. Talking about I'm saved and I'm sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. Dude speaking. I don't have to have no sign proclaim who you are in God. God knows who you are. And if your tree bearing the right fruit, men will know who you are. Because your relationship with God. He said, let thy light so shine before men that they will see my good works and glorify me which is in heaven. When you begin to give God the glory over everything, when you have that good relationship with God over everything in your life, people begin to see the goodness inside of you. They don't need you. You don't need to tell nobody. You don't need to have no tracts and no cards. They know. You don't have to proclaim. Look, and let me tell you, people will make you known in the game. God will have folks go out and testify of a witness for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Making your footstool, sir. Watch out.
See, when you got a relationship with God, folks will start knowing that you saved because of other people.
That's it.
You don't have to say a mumbling word. They be like, boy, you want somebody that good saved, you got a good relationship. Won't you go over there and talk? Won't you go over there and talk to Sister Mary? Won't you go over there and talk to Missionary Smith? They start talking to other people about you. They aren't concerned about you.
That's right.
That's it.
But you can't start wavering and start getting weary when you get into company. Are y'all praying with me?
Yes, sir.
Because y'all know a lot of times we get in amongst company and we start getting a little shady.
Okay.
We start getting a little beside ourselves.
Yes,
we start being fleshly tables. We start being fleshly walkers. We stop living in the abundance of and start living in less than. Because now what we are trying to do, we're trying to make people accept us for their standards, not God's.
My God.
See, I know if you had a relationship with God, it wouldn't even matter to you because you know for God I live. Blessed be the name. See, I don't need your approval. I don't need your approval, Brother Shapard, to know I'm in good standings with God. I don't need Minister Middleton. I don't need your approval to let me know I'm in good standing with God. Well, whose approval you need? All I need is God's approval.
Yes, sir.
And if God is saying, well done to me, I don't care what you think about me, how you talk about me, how you put me down, how you look at me cross-sided, how you say you ain't never gonna be nothing because your daddy wasn't nothing, because your granddaddy wasn't nothing. That don't mean anything to me because that's your standards of me. That's not God's standards.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
And all I'm worried about is what God is saying. All that matters is God saying, well done. And so a lot of times when we get trapped up, see, this was good about having a relationship with God. This is what's good about having a relationship, because a lot of times we get caught up in what people are saying when God is saying, well done. Well done.
Yes,
well
sir.
done.
Yes, sir.
Well done. And so what we do is we get caught up in what they're saying, and so we start condemning ourselves in our own flesh. Y'all hear me good right here. And so a lot of times we start giving our righteousness, we start giving our praises and our glory and our honor, we start giving it to the devil, because we start saying, I ain't gonna never get no better than this. Or I've been in a storm for 20 years. Who cares how long you've been in a storm? Then you got to learn how to speak life over death, because God said, I give you authority to speak it.
Yeah. That's what
For the power of life and death is in your tongue. So if you keep speaking damnation in your life, you understand this, you're going to live in damnation, because a relationship lets you know I am that he said I am. That's what my relationship told me. I don't have to worry about what the world says, First Lady. I am what he told me. So when he said I am a son of his, I am a child of God, I am royalty, I'm a royal priesthood, I'm the head and not the tail. I understand one thing, that he gave me the understanding and the authority that I can stand here regardless of what you say.
Come on now. Glory. Say that.
Don't make me no difference.
Thank you, Jesus.
And listen. The only way, First Lady, give me one scripture, because I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this. St. Luke 6 and I think it's 6 and 21. Let me see. I think I had it in here too. 6 and 40. Give me Luke 6:40 real quick. And I ain't gonna bore y'all along with that, but I want you to hear this. Read that for me.
And this is the will of him that sent me.
And this is the will of him whom sent me. Who sent you? Jesus sent you. That's the relationship you got. You said that when you got saved, you turned your relationship over to him, and now you belong to him, and he told you to go out and compel men to come on to him, all that are heavy laden. He said, then I will give you rest. So Jesus said you, what did he say?
That everyone which seeth the Son,
Everyone that seeth the Son,
and believeth on him,
and believeth on him,
may have everlasting life.
will have
Come on
everlasting
now.
life.
God sent his Son. And I will raise him up on the
Read.
last day.
Yes. No. Okay, jump to, Luke 6.
Okay. That was John 6.
Okay.
Yeah, that Luke 6. Luke 6.
40.
Luke 6:40. Read that one for me.
The disciple is not above his master.
The disciples, all of us in here are disciples in kingdom work. The disciple, y'all listen real good, hear me. Because a lot of times, y'all, we say we don't think ourselves to be greater than he, but sometimes we act like that.
Come on now. Say that again.
Sometimes we say we don't think we're greater than him, but sometimes we act like that. Well, why you say that, Pastor? Because sometimes we put ourselves up higher than we ought to. He said, don't think more highly of yourself than you ought to. Understand this. He said that we was going to have some short days. We was going to have some days we're going to fall and be short of his glory. But understand this. We ought to get better every day. And I'm going to show you why. Read me the scripture first, lady.
The disciple is not above his master.
Read.
But everyone that is perfect shall be as his master.
Everybody that is going to be perfect has to pattern after his own
master.
Now let me share something with y'all real quick.
Okay.
There's only two masters.
Well.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Come on now. You're going to help
Come on
somebody
now.
today. Don't let him die.
Now, listen now. There's only two masters we can pattern ourselves after.
That's right.
That's God, the master, the true foundation, the true master. And the devil, who is the perceiver and the enemy and the one that's trying to attack you from going with the true master. And so every time you're not in the perfect will of God, you walking after the flesh, which is after the master of the enemy, which after the devil, you are chasing after something that is false, that is a precept of nothing, and it will always be nothing. So nothing from nothing
Leaves nothing.
Nothing.
leaves not a thing. Leaves not a thing. And so that's why a lot of times when you walking in your flesh and you're running after things in your flesh, when you done and you wore out and you tired and you abused and you're conquered and folks they talked about you and lied on you and did all manner of evil against you, you went from corrupt to dead, and you're on your way out, because nothing from nothing leaves nothing, not a thing. But when you in God, regardless how people do you, you grow, you prosper, you get stronger, you get better, because every wind that blows never blows us down, never breaks us, never will destroy you, but it came to make you stronger, make you wiser, make you a foot soldier, that the next time this hole falls in there, I'm going to know it's coming. And when that hole jump, either I'm going to jump over it, or I'm going to get some dirt and I'm going to fill it in before I march by. But you got to understand, God gives us wisdom is a principle thing. Listen, understand the principle thing. When you got a relationship, a principle thing in the wisdom of God is when you get into a position where you getting ready to fall, God will speak to you and say, don't go.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Right
sir.
before you get ready to fall into diverse temptation. Now, after that, it's your responsibility to say, for God I will live and for God I will die. And so when he says don't go, it's your job then to say, you know what? I would have loved to go this time, but I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do something ain't right. Something ain't right. And a lot of times, listen, some of y'all come in here and testify, talk about, I feel it in my spirit. Something told me not to go. You knew what it was told you not to go. Y'all quit saying something told you. You know what it was that told you. But you're so hard-headed, Israel, you went anyway because you was too afraid. You was too afraid that they gonna say you stuck up and you high-minded and you don't love me no more. Look at here. For the love of man is waxing cold. The love of man will fall away, but the love of God will proceed forever. And so yeah. There gonna be days that you gonna wish, and I'm gonna wish, and we gonna want, and everything else that we could come together and fellowship, and God gonna say no.
Come on now.
God gonna say no. You need to stay home on this one because this ain't gonna build nothing good for you right there. And if you ain't obedient, you're gonna fall into diverse temptation.
All right.
Because we're walking after the flesh.
Yes, sir.
Instead of a relationship with God. And God is looking for a spiritual walking, a spiritual being, a being that will walk in the spirit, in the likeness of Him. And understand, there was a lot of things Jesus had to endure through. He had to conquer as He walked to a brutal death. Understand, He knew He was getting ready to die.
Sure did.
He knew He was going to be a sacrifice for yours and my sin. But He had a relationship with His Father that He said, nevertheless, it be thy will.
Yes.
If it be thy will, let thy will be done.
Yes.
Understand this, in this relationship we live in, and I'm going to get ready to wrap it up here. In this relationship that we're living, in this walk with Christ, as we walk this walk with God, listen here, every time you come up to a storm in your life, every time you come up to somebody getting ready to nail you on that cross, because you must bear this cross all by yourself. And every time somebody get ready to bear and dig down deep and knock that nail into your hand and nail you to the cross, you got to be able to look up into heaven and say, nevertheless, not my will.
Not my will. My goodness.
Because if you got a relationship with God, you know greater places are we going.
Yes.
Greater things shall we do.
Yes.
But you got to understand, you got to have a relationship with Him to be able to even contain that in your heart. Because whatever's in a man's heart, that's what he will do. So you got to have it in your heart. You got to have this thing rooted and grounded. Well, how am I going to get that in my heart? First, you got to get your heart right.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
First, you got to get all that hatred and malice and deceit out of your heart. Because see, a lot of us come to church every day, every Sunday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, Friday night prayer service, Friday night a pastoral teaching, Wednesday night Bible. We come into everything that the church has open, and we still got hatred in our heart.
Come on,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
My God.
So listen, that lets me to understand. First lady, I'm trying to let this thing go. That's how I understand the true understanding of relationship. Because if you had any of this in your heart and you say you belong to the King, all that stuff should be falling away. Say, for all things have become new. So a lot of times when you walk up in front of your worst enemy, you should have enough love in your heart, because it's not your love, it's the love of God that's inside of you. And He said, my love compasses all understanding. And a lot of times when you're in a relationship with God, you'll speak to people that you before you get there, you be grumbling and mumbling and talking about, I ain't gonna say a word to them. But by the time you get up to them, God says, say hello. And you just say hello and don't know why you said hello. And you don't even understand, and you don't realize God's working in you to break down the fallow grounds, not only in you, but in that individual that say they hate you so much, because He said, I'll make your enemy your footstool.
Well, all right. Put that footstool on. Put that footstool on.
A lot of times, because we're not in this true relationship, a lot of times we make more enemies than we have footstools.
Shame the devil.
Come on now.
Thank
Understand this. We are striving to have a perfect relationship with Christ, that we can walk after our master in the striving, in the striving of perfection, walking after him in his likeness, in his manner, in his kindness, in his love, in his grace, and in his abilities of tender mercy. And then when we get amongst our enemy, we say, come eat with a table spread.
Amen.
Come on now.
For the feast of the Lord is going on.
That's it.
Yes.
And a lot of times on this table, this feast may be just full of love
Yes, sir.
and a dash of compassion.
Yes, Lord.
And that's all that God has on his table. But that's going to break every yoke that needs to be broken on that day.
Amen.
But we got to have a relationship with God.
Amen.
Yes.
So I say this in my closing. I'm going to sit down and take my seat. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Lord. I'm saying this in this relationship that we strive for every day. In this relationship we want to grow deeply into, that I can say I've been in love with the same man. Oh, y'all ain't saying that to me. Woo, I've been in love with him for 25 years. And see, we do that naturally, and we talk about that naturally. But does anybody really fell in love with God enough to say, I've been in love with this same man for 50 years? And boy, every time I needed him, he showed up. He ain't never left me. He ain't never left me alone. He ain't never left me by myself. He's always been a bridge over troubled waters. He's always been a friend when I ain't had none. He's always been a help when all my help has gone away. He's always been my strength when I was weary and wounded and sick. And has anybody had a good relationship with God that they can go back in their life and talk about a relationship for a long time?
Yes, God. Yes.
Come on now.
Thank you, Lord.
And this relationship is not, it doesn't take you to have to be in a spirit of cry all your life. It takes you to be in a spirit of obedience all your life.
Yes, yes.
Because if you can obey what God is speaking into your heart, and you can obey what he's speaking into your spirit, you can watch God build you and make you grow and make you stronger, so the things that used to bother you won't even affect you no more.
Right.
But as I say this, as we build our relationship with God, I want to say this one more time because it's dropped in my spirit, and then we're gonna have prayer. We gotta understand that God is in building, he's in growth, he's in strength, and understand every tree that grows has to shed branches.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So understand this. Some of y'all not growing because y'all got too many branches on your tree.
Well, come on. Come on.
Y'all pray for me. Come on, y'all stand. I'm done with that. I'm done.